Okay, I'm recording now. So I told you that you can create your own library for materials. So I have here, no, this is not a library. Well, okay. So here we have different materials and okay, but I want to show you how to do this because it's I have wood here, so I'm going to create a folder, and I'm going to search on the internet. Okay, so on the internet we have thousands of examples of materials that are quite good, but they have a problem. Okay, so let's try this first. Copy or save image as, and I will save it here. Oh, one. I have wood and I have grass, two different. There you go. And now, if we go to Revit, we can assign an image to this material, to this grass tool that we have created. So I can click here, select image, and I have to go to the folder in which I have saved all this grass. Open, and here we have this. But with this, we can edit image. Okay, and as you can see here, this is one by one, and you see that there's like a pattern that is repeated here. So we have like a square, and then when we have tiles, okay, so we will have this effect. So I want to show you. So here we have tiles, okay. So I want to show you what happens when we do this. So we insert this image, we apply, accept, and now this image is the grass too. And as you can see, we have the pattern here. Okay, so you can see that we have different squares, but we can see the pattern. So first, and if we zoom out, we see the pattern here. So first we can see that, well, this is not professional. It's the same thing that happens here with concrete. Okay, so with the concrete, we have the same thing. And as you can see, we have repeated pattern. So there are two problems here. So first is the scale. The scale is too small. And second is the pattern. And okay, so we have to fix this. Well, we have to. I'm going to do it because I've spent years doing this, and I know how to do it. And I don't know that those Revit guys, they get paid for the textures that it's quite expensive, so they could work for, they could work a little bit to provide us with good default textures, but they don't. Okay, so I'm editing this, and oh no, sorry. Oh, sorry, yeah. Okay, so edit image. So the first thing we can do is to change the sample size. It's by default is 1 foot. I will make it it's 20 feet. And if they are attached, is 20 by 20. Okay, so there will be a tile, so we will see the pattern, but at least we won't have the issue with the scale, or there will be an issue with the scale, but it will look better. Okay, so now you see that we have the pattern here. We can repeat the pattern, but we can see that now it's better. And now if we zoom in, it's good enough. We can make it even bigger. So let's select this, appearance, edit. Instead of 20, let's say 30 feet. Finish, apply again. Okay, so now if we have the quality of the texture itself, it's good at this point. The problem now is the pattern, that we see that we have that squares, we have those lines, and again, we don't have straight lines in nature. So if we want to fix this, we have to use Photoshop. Okay, let's do it. And I'm going to use the online version because one of you told me that you can download the Photoshop version and you can access the Photopea. Okay, so this is an online editor and it's for free. It's not as good as Photoshop, but it's 90% Photoshop what we need. So here we have to, yeah, I want to work with this grass material. Okay, the texture is not bad. I mean, there are, if you Google, there are worse examples in which we can find, for example, you can't use this with the iStock. Don't do that. And here we see that if we repeat this texture, we will see this many times. Okay, so first you have to decide something that it's neutral. If you select this is wrong because we have a, yeah, this is darker than the other one. So if we repeat this, if we have a tile of or an array of these elements, we will see this black element repeated and it won't look nice. Okay, so first we have to decide something that is good enough, and there are plenty of examples that's good enough. I don't know what will happen if we repeat this, but this is better. For example, this texture is better than this one. Okay, because so first we have to select this wisely, and then with a little effort, we can create and this is what we're going to do now. So that's and the problems are these lines here. I'm going to go to image, canvas, size, and first I want to make it square. So I'm going to open a 3000 by 3000. Okay. And why am I doing this? Because the problem is this straight line that we have here. So we have to somehow, we have to hide that straight line. And well, I'll do it and then you will understand. I can copy this and then I can move it. I'll move it up. Okay. And now I can use transparency. Okay, so here is where this straight line will be. So to prevent this, because now we have a straight line and these two textures are not matching. What can I do? I can use the eraser. Is this the eraser? Yes. And we can increase we can make it soft, and we can increase the size. And now we can erase, but do not follow a pattern, and we can erase both. We can, no, I cannot do that with this. Okay, so now there is not a straight line. I have to use the one on top. There is no straight line as a transition between these two textures. Now I have the same degree of opacity, and now there won't be a straight line. And then another useful tool is this one, the clone tool. If you click here, I'm going to make it the clone. So if you click somewhere, you have to hold the, no, first we have to make this soft and increase the size. Okay, so now we see the size. Okay, so if you press Alt, the Alt, see you have this point, and you can point here, and then you release the key, and then you can clone or copy the same thing that we are doing. In this case is it's difficult to see, but the idea is that if I press this Alt, I select this point, and then when I move out, yeah, you see, so I'm creating the same grass. So if I randomly click here and copy click here and copy this pattern in a different place, and I do it many times randomly, we will not have those patterns. Okay, so now there will be a good transition between these two textures here. I can merge down, and now I can copy this, and I can do the same here. Here we can see the straight line, okay, because we are connecting these two textures. So I can use the eraser, and I erase this again to, because I don't want straight lines here. And finally, I can do the same in the other side. And now I can use the eraser and doing this. Okay, now you can see that we have 1, 2, 3. So we have this element, and that's, I will combine, I will flatten. So that means that I merge all these lines, and I want to get rid of this dark because you can see that it's repeated here. So now I can use the clone. And now I don't have this. Now randomly, I don't have that. And randomly, I don't have that. It's just having fun with it. And now we can select a square. We can create a new one. File, new, sorry. Create, Control V. And now if we save this, we can file, export as JPG, high quality, save, and it's, okay, let's call it grass 3. And let's place it in my library. Well, it should be grass 2 actually. And now we go back to Revit and select this, change the material, appearance. I can eliminate this. Second, insert, no, sorry. We have to edit. And now if we edit, we can select here the second one. Open, apply. I think it works better because here we don't see, well, I see that there's something here and there. Yeah, so there will be a pattern. So probably we will need to do it again, but I think this will work much better than the other one. Yeah, we see fewer. I think we have solved something, but there is something here that we have to fix because we see this and this. Okay, I mean, it's not necessary, but come on, Revit guys, they are making a lot of money and they should be able to create good default textures. The good thing is that once you are done with this, if you like this and you have solved all these pattern issues, now you can have different materials on your own, and working with this Photoshop or Photopedia, it will be quite easy because you can easily change the colors. Uh, Image adjustments, brightness, contrast. So by changing the brightness and changing the image adjustments, the saturation, you can make it more black and white, or you can do crazy things. Okay, so when you have a texture, you can save it with another name, export, and now we can show in folder. Okay, so now here we have, this is not grass, this can be dirt or whatever. And now you can create your own Revit texture library by selecting this, clicking here, and create a new material. Change the name to dirt 1. And you can insert another image. And now it's different. It's different, but you have to, yeah. You have to change the size, edit, but now you know that it should be 30 feet by 30 feet. Okay, so now you have different materials and different colors. Mm, and probably, yeah, if you do this, I think the quality of the drawing is better, because if you move from Photoshop, you have to make sure that the resolution of the Photoshop file is good enough. Here in Revit is this is a vectorial, so this is a line, so you can zoom in and it will always be a line. What happens in your site plan is that if you zoom in, you see that this is not a line, because you have taken this from Photoshop. That's the difference. So in this site plan, I don't know, but maybe you can insert the site plan we're working with, make it bigger, even bigger. Okay. Well, try different. I mean, the quality of this picture is better because of these vectorial lines. If you work with Photoshop, especially if you want an image that fits all the sheets, especially if the sheets are quite big, this is a small one. But if you want to enlarge this image to fit the sheet 30 by 42 inches, then you need a good resolution of your Photoshop file. Otherwise, you can try something like that. And I think you should be more, you should experiment more with your site plan. And now that you know how to do it, if we know how to work with the massing and site, we can create a sub-region. We can always work with splines. I am Okay, so now we have a sub-region, and we can select this part, and we can change the material, and we already have a good material here, which is the grass too. Yeah, okay. So try something different, because that will look better. Okay, so try to work with these sub-regions. So imagine that you want to create something green around the house, or something with a different material. Okay, so try different things. The more things you try, the better the site plan will look like. Hmm? Well, I did what and I think it's I like the idea of creating my own textures because Revit ones are terrible. But here with a little effort, and especially you have to work on the first one. Uh, that once you have worked with the first one, then by just changing slightly the color, it will work. So I don't mind. You can, yeah, I think you can use things. When it comes to the wood, it's even tougher because, well, I'm not going to do that. But when we're working with other materials, the Revit textures are terrible, and we better use our own material. So I think I will post these two textures, and then you can change the color and you can create your own material. And this is something that I want you to do for the final for the midterm presentation. Try to create your own material. Okay, so this is the site plan. What else? We have the first and the second floor. I think this is perfect. I like the hatches that you have used, and you have shown me that you can work with this. So I don't have anything to say about that. Well, is this happening in my Revit version, or are you working in Spanish?
Mine's in English.
Okay, well, I have never seen this before, but anyway, I assume that those are square feet. Um, because the bathroom and the living room is in, I don't know. I mean, this is perfect, so I don't have anything to say about that. What about the dimensions? Dimensions are quite good. You have this line with all dimensions here, and then you have the general one, and all the lines are complete. Okay, so it's almost perfect. Maybe you would need the total dimension here, just splitting the hairs. You would need a total dimension here, but it's quite good.
On this one, I couldn't fit 1/4 inch. I had to make it 3/16 to fit it in.
Ah, okay, I see. Doesn't matter as long
Okay.
as yeah, because you have a lot of dimensions and you have used 316. I mean, doesn't matter. We are flexible here. Okay, so I'm the requirements are not, well, what I write down in the assignment statement is not a requirement. It's just an orientation. If you find that there's a scale that fits better, you're free to use it. And yeah, I think I agree with you because everything is too tight, especially if you're working with dimensions. The only thing is, okay, because you have changed the scale here. This is 1/4 and this is 316. I think this is confusing. So you should use the same scale in all the documents. If this scale fits better, use the same scale for the rest of the documents, okay? Because it's confusing, especially if you are living through the project and you see, okay, because here you don't have any dimension and you might think that this is a different house because it's bigger. You know that it's not a different house. But if you are just going over the project, you say, okay, what is the, yeah, you have information about the scale here. This is 1/4 and this is 3. I would use the same scale for everything, just as a piece of advice.
Even for the sections too, then.
Even for the sections are different. But again, if you are using this for the plans because they fit better, for the sections, you should use always the same scale. So it's 1/4. I think you can use 1/4 for the sections and 3/16 for the plan. Okay, but this is weird. All documents are 1/4 except this one. Why? It doesn't make any sense. If at least you have the all plans at the same scale and then sections at a different scale, it might work. Okay, so you can use 1/4 for the sections, 3/16 for the plan. The south section and the west. Okay, I don't know if I explained that. If I didn't, I will do it now. For the sections, we need dimensions, but we need vertical dimensions. Okay, so if we annotate a line, so in sections we just need vertical. We don't need horizontal dimensions, but we need the vertical ones. So if this is the dimension of this door or whatever, and then we have another one here, and then another one. This is the handrail, and this one, and that one. Okay, so we need like a couple of lines, and then we have to place dimensions vertically. So you have to complete this. And especially when we have windows in the west elevation, yeah, we need to, probably you can always use the total, annotate. The total height outside, and then inside. No, I don't want this. This is horizontal one. I want a vertical. And another vertical. And there you go. Okay, so we need vertical dimensions in the sections or levels. We can insert symbols. We have north arrow. Okay, I think I didn't mention this before, but well, I'm mentioning this now. We always need a north arrow in all the plans, even with dimensions or whatever. And this north arrow, I think it's the other way around. This is north, no, the south, it's where the big openings are. So we have to rotate it. Okay, so this is the south, and now we have to change the north arrow here. Okay, the only symbol that we have here is the north arrow, and by default is looking north, but now we have to use this one. Okay, so we have to copy, and probably we need to paste it here. Doesn't work. Well, it's not a big deal. Annotate symbol. I think instead of copying the symbol here or rotating the symbol here, we can edit the family. Okay, so we have the north arrow. Place the north arrow in the sheet, not in the plan view. when you're working with a sheet. And usually the north arrow, it's something that can be integrated in this title block. Okay. I know it's difficult now. And if you change the family, now we can rotate. Okay. And if we load it into the project and we override the existing version, now the north arrow is always like this. And now I can insert, if it's in the title block, okay, if we annotate, insert the north arrow, now it's the right orientation. I don't know if it's a good idea, if you want to place it here, but again, it's something that should be repeated in all the plans. So if the north arrow is here, make sure that in all the plans, the north arrow is in the same place. Okay, so I'll do it again. If you want the north arrow to this project to be always in the same position, do not select this and rotate it. You have to rotate the family. So you have double click here, then you have the family, and now you can edit this family and you can rotate it again or make it bigger. You can scale it and make it bigger. Okay, and then you load into the project, override the existing version, and then you have a different one. Or if you want to try something different, this is the default one. But we can always create text, and we can place n here and then load into the project, and we have this. Up to you, but we need a north arrow in all plans. Okay, in the section, I see that you don't have a key plan. So we would need a key plan here, okay? I think Craig has key plans, so we will go over his assignment. And then you have the axonometric view. Well, this is not axonometric, this is a perspective. Where is the 3D view? Yep. So this is a perspective. It has to be an orthographic. This is an axonometric. Okay. So you either change the view to an axonometric view, or change the title because that wasn't an axonometric view. Axonometric view, all the vertical lines are parallel to each other. The other one was a perspective. The inside view is, oh, probably that will be the render. Yeah. Okay, the render is quite good, but again, here we have this concrete texture. Well, I'm not going to change the texture, but you see that there's a pattern here and it doesn't look nice, especially, yeah, that can be better. But it's about I'm talking about the texture. I'm not talking about the quality of the render. And then we have the other side. Yep.
I changed the floor material to like oak flooring in there, but it doesn't show up even when I render it.
Oh, you did. Let me. Yeah, maybe you did that, but then you created a building path for the material on the site plan. Yes, I think you did this. So what we are looking at is at the building pad. We are not looking at the floor. So that's why it doesn't show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha.
I'm
So
going to delete this just to see what happens in the render. Yep. You see? Now we have the oak floor here. No. Yeah, yeah, because here we see the earth that we have created. Yeah, so probably you have to move the house slightly up so that you can see the, yeah, so yeah, I don't know, because on the other hand, you need this. Yeah, I think I would move the house slightly up, or you can do this, or you can select this material. But can we? No, I think we can't select a material for the building pad. Uh, this is the building pad. Edit type. Can we select a material? I think so. Structure. Yes, you can. Okay, so here instead of the concrete, you can use the whatever the oak floor. Okay, so now this is the oak floor. So probably that's the best option. So do not delete this building pad here, and just select this and change the material to oak here. There you go. Yeah, when you have these two materials that are too close to each other, you always have this weird. I think if you move the house slightly up, or you move the topography slightly down, that will work better. Because now we have this thing that you see that it's the texture is good, by the way. This oak floor, it's not bad. Okay, and then we had this outside view. Oh, this is the one that you showed before. So here we have the renderings. Yeah, those renderings are quite good. I mean, that works better even um, for the cover page. I think this format works better than the one that you showed at the beginning. So for the cover page, I would use this one. And then for the renderings, I don't know. You have time to try different things. Okay, but it's quite good. I mean, it's completed. So even if you don't work now if you don't work anything from now until next Tuesday, you are done with the midterm. Okay, but I think you can make it better and improve it.
thank you.
And now we have Craig's. No, I don't want to save anything. I know. I think this is the third Revit assignment. Okay, so Craig, I think you have all the documents here, but you have to improve the quality of the documents. First, I think if we have been talking about this, and I think it's you have a problem with textures, with Revit textures, and but we can work with this easily. Section perspective, 3D view. Okay, I think one of you don't have a building pad for this, and I think you should have it. So in massing and site, make sure that you have this building pad. And oh, because I need to go to the site plan, sorry. Yeah, to the site. And now we can use this and just adapt. Well, I'm going to use align because I think it will work better. Okay. And now we're going to align everything. There you go. Okay, so now we have this element. If you want to work with the site plan, I think we have to duplicate it. Rename. Site one. Okay, so now first the topography. I think you can increase the amount of lines that you have. So let's edit the surface, and this is 10, and this is 3, so it's going up. So this is 0. Okay, so I think we can, and this is 1. So we go up this way. I don't know, I think you can insert more points. And let's see what happens if you insert more points. Okay. I don't know what this is. I will have it done, by the way. Okay, so in this site plan, I think we can hide all these elements. And if we work with this realistic, well, this texture doesn't look bad in this realistic color. I think you should get rid of this, the drawing below. And if you cast shadows, and probably work with this texture. Yeah, so this is the concrete. Probably this is just if we change the image, we edit image, and this is too small, so let's make this 20 feet by 20 feet. Oh, it's not square. Yeah, I see. Apply. Yeah. So the problem with this texture is this pattern that is repeated here. It would be quite easy to solve. But I think it's even easier if we change the texture here. We edit, and here, oh, so we have the texture here. But I want my yeah, I think that looks better than the other one. And again, you have to try something different. What is this? What is this material? Door panel. Doesn't make any sense. Let's edit. Yeah, so we have a good library of materials here, but we have to go one by one. So I think I'm going to use mine. Appearance, edit, and now we have to make it bigger. 20 feet, 20. I don't know why we have this. Oh, because I inverted the material. Yeah, so it's not green. I inverted the colors, and that's why I have this weird. Okay, that looks better. But again, you should try to do something different. So try to work with the sub-region and then try to create must be closed. Oh. Now trim. Yep. And this is, oh yeah, I don't have this. So I'm creating a new material, identity dirt, and appearance. I can insert the dirt. And the size, it has to be 20 feet. Okay, so try to do something like that, and I think it will look nicer. For the site plan, so for the site plan, instead of using this, you can insert the new site. That scales too much. 1/16 or even 364. Site 1, yeah, hide this. Yeah, better. Okay, so this is the site plan. The second, the floor. Okay, you are doing well, but it's not done yet. You have to try to work with this option. Okay, so let's go to level 0 rooms. We can select yeah, I think you don't have a floor here. Level 10 rooms. This is a room. Filter. Okay, so we have floor. So in that floor, you can try to divide face. So if you divide face, we select that floor, and then we can trace, for example, the bathroom. We click OK. Make sure that we close it. And now I can assign a material. And we should have like tiles. No, ceiling. Okay, I have tiles here. So I can take the what was it? Why can't we see this? Hmm. We should be able to see that. Let's see, divide. There you go. Now I select this, I assign a material. Hmm. Well, probably because I don't have textures here. Okay, I'll try to fix, I will record a video and I will send it to you because there's something here about the materials that don't work well. Okay, but you have to do the same thing that James did. You have to assign different materials to different areas of the house. So this is what you need for this plan. So we need the living room and the area. Here you need materials and you need dimensions. You don't have dimensions. Oh yes, you do. Yeah, I think it's a good idea of changing the scale because this is 1/4, is it? Yep, probably 3/16 fit better. Yep, and then you need to add more dimensions because you have these, but you have to complete the lines, and then you need the total one. You can go over this video again. Okay, so what is this? Plan level 0 dimensions. Here, okay. So first, work with the crop area. And second, yeah. Okay, that worked well because this is horizontal. But now we need to go to annotate. So there's another horizontal dimension here, another horizontal dimension there. That's fine. And now the tricky question is about, okay, so here it works. And what about here? It works. And finally, we need one from that point to that point, and probably we need to use the alignment. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know why it's not working. Uh, if we work with two detail lines, and we work with the annotate. Yeah, that works. Okay, so we can always work. If you can't take this dimension accurately, since you are in annotate, you can always work with detail lines, and then you can detail line and another detail line here, and then you can always annotate the distance between these two detail lines. Can we hide these two lines? And we don't see the, yeah, so we have to be careful. So probably if we extend these auxiliary lines, well, here it doesn't bother because you have the, but what will happen here? Okay, so this is not good because it has to be horizontal. So you can insert the detail line here and another one there, and then you can use aligned and place it here. And for these ones, I think, yeah, once you have this detail line, you can go without stopping up to this point. There you go. Okay, but this is the right way to do it. We have horizontal line with all dimensions and then the total one. If you have trouble, because if there's a tilt surface, if it's not perpendicular, you cannot work with this aligned tool, so you need to work with the detail line, and then you can annotate between two detail lines. That's the way it works. What else? Section. Oh, you have a key plan here. Okay. For the key plan, which one is this? Craig, can you tell me what which plan is this one? The key plan? Which of?
That one should be the regular levels 0, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
This one.
It actually it might be rooms, my mistake. Level 0 rooms.
Level 0 rooms. Okay. I think you can copy and create the key plan here. Because in key plans, we don't need furniture and we don't need windows or doors. Okay, we just need the lines and we don't need these auxiliary lines. We no, this. Okay, so it can be something more simple, and the scale has to be smaller. So if we are using this, I think we can insert the key plan here and make it much smaller. 1/16. Yeah, that's the right. Okay, and now we can hide this, and now with annotate detail line, we can work with this. And now text, this is section 1. So we can type here 1. And 1. So I think now it looks better. And then be careful. Be careful with the section because this cannot happen. So you cannot have a black line here. Why do we have this? Because probably if you're using this section, you're just cutting through the wall. No, it's this one. So yes, you're cutting through this elevator wall. So we can either go up or down. By the way, you have two different section lines here. Oh. Sections. One page. Oh, because you had two. Yeah. Yeah, so we have to move both. And there you go. So they should be like this, okay? So do not cut something through a wall because you will see like a black mass and it's not, no, we can't do this. And here, I don't know if you need a wall here, probably don't. So check this wall because I'm not sure that you need it. And for the levels, I wouldn't use levels here. So if you're working with the sections, yeah, so you should insert this section without levels. And there are other symbols, such as the north arrow. So again, you have to do in all these plan views, even in the site plan, you need to insert the north arrow. And I'm going to edit it again because the north is facing downwards. Okay. So we need the north arrow, the key plan, and there are other symbols. Here, we only have the north arrow. We can insert family, libraries, English Imperial. Do we have symbols here? Annotations. Vale. Structural area. Well, graphic scale, it's something that always works. So I'm going to open it. We have north arrow 1, north arrow 2. Role name. elevation mark. No. Well, there should be other symbols that I can't find now. Maybe in title blocks. No, title blocks are the blocks. We have windows, railings, detail items. Maybe it's here, but well, there are a lot of things. Concrete. Okay. I'll look into it because maybe there are symbols that we need to insert. So I'll let you know if I find the symbols in all these crazy families that we have here. But anyway, we need the north arrow in all the plans. We need the key plan in all the sections. So make sure that we all have this key plan. And it has to be something small like this. And probably if you are working with this, I don't know, this tiny white rectangle here, it's something that shouldn't happen. So it's because the floor doesn't get to that point. So make sure that when you are editing this floor, you get to this point. And then this is the earth. I don't know. Maybe I will work with the section 1. Yes, so I'm sure that there's an issue with this. If you edit on level 0, yeah, this is it. So it's not well aligned. So you can align it. And now in the section, it will look better. Anyway, if you select the visibility graphics and you use topography, is it topography? Here in the cut pattern, you make it black and fill. Yeah, so you solve this issue, and I think this is better. If you are deciding that you have a black hatch around the walls and the roofs and the floors, the topography should be black too. And then I like this. Yes, I like this idea, but you have to work on this idea because you have this overlap here. So probably it has to be smaller. If all these, well, actually, I don't know what you did. I think you have hidden this block and now you can edit this one. And I don't know how to, well, try to fix this because I can't edit this element now. I can't change the scale. I can select this element. I don't know why. I can select this one, but I can't select those. Try to make them smaller because there shouldn't be overlaps between all of them, but I like this idea. Okay, so this is a good document. So make sure that you work with this document. And then for the section perspective, yeah, you have to work with this one. Basically, for the section perspective, yes, we have to work with this. Get rid of the levels, even the sun path. And the you can't. No way. This should be different. Okay, it's getting better. Yeah. Okay. And now you need to section perspective. Oh, because we don't. Where is the section box? Oh, it's here. Okay. Well, something weird is going on with this section because I can't turn this into perspective, and I can't hide. No, I can't hide the sun path. Okay, so I'll figure out what's going on because you
I
should.
think if you hit the sun icon on the bottom, it will give you the option to hide the sun path from there.
Ah, yeah, sure. Sorry. Yeah, it's yeah. Sorry, because I was trying to hide it, but yeah, you are right. You have to. No, but I mean, and what about this? Any clue about this? Why can't I select the perspective?
I don't know. Maybe because it's 3D and not a camera.
No, because in a 3D, if I open a default 3D view, such as this one, and I work with the section box, and then I do this, and then I select perspective, yeah, this is what I want. Okay, so you have to do this from a 3D view, but I don't know why for this section perspective you cannot do it. I don't know. What about the perspective? Copy. Okay, now with this one you can. The only thing is that okay, so the sun path off, No, but now I want it on because I want to make it. It was like 6 p.m. Okay, that's the right time. I make it off, and then here I can use the perspective. Yep. Okay. I don't know what's wrong in this perspective because you cannot do this. I'll find out. Anyway, Craig, you're almost there, but I think you have to work a little bit more on all the documents. You have almost all the documents, but everything can be better from the render until the dimensions. So you can improve everything. So keep on working, and that's it. But you're almost there. And try to do all the things that I have tried here. So especially the site plan and the renders. Yeah, you need to work with the renders because I'm sure that you can do better with the textures here.
Thank you.
Okay, we are running out of time. Keep on sending me your work and I will record some videos for you. And on Thursday, I will go over what you have submitted because next week we will start something new, a new exercise. So we have to make sure that by the end of this week or by Tuesday, by next Tuesday, all this midterm assignment is completed.